So, no matter what, we have to fight in this next area. We have one more Curare. Going full defensive mode in terms of our rings. I think I still agree with that. We can at least get to one-on-one combat, so that's nice. In fact, we could just ditch. Maybe not quite. This is going to be 1, pick up 2, 3, and then they're going to be caught up to here. I was thinking if we could do a little bit of a sneaky here and pick up some items and just run. Oh gosh, it's actually bad that that abomination didn't see me. Oh no. Quick, run up here. There we go. Definitely give me some Ozakubu's armor as well. And then I almost want to leave. Never mind. I was going to say I want to leave these small abominations alive because they allow the large buddies to get hurt by our frozen ramparts without having to actually face them ourselves, so that's always nice. Did our AC... Oh, our AC did go up by 1 for switching over. But that's it. Kind of forgot we were already wearing magic armor this time, so a little bit of an oopsies for me, but it does look a lot nicer. And that int +8 does a lot for spell power, even if it does cause a little bit of issue on the front end here with the casting percentages. Only 1% chance to paralyze you. Don't know about you kids, but I'd say that that's not good. What else? Turning into a tree. Does this increase our AC yet? Up to 29, so it's reasonable. It's a sizable chunk. I think I'd like to be able to run away though. So with that in mind, still can't kill me in 1 hit. Okay. Can kill me in 1 hit. Wish we had regeneration amulet. I'm worried that somebody is going to cut us off. That buddy almost did. Oh. Random energy. Why do I do this to myself? Oh, jeez. No, Bella, not like this. Not like that. Well, it's been a while since we died in a gauntlet, so that's its own little celebration, in a sense, maybe. And we deserve to die in that first one. It just sucks that, like, going out in a blaze of glory versus just a little bloop, a little pip on the radar. Went out not with a bang, but with a whisper. But hey. It is what it is. We had a few scrolls that could have potentially saved us if we had them ID'd. Could have started blind reading, I guess. Blind quaffing, would that have gone us anywhere? No. We kind of needed... I wanted haste, mostly. And that's not an option here. Should have just backed out of the fight slightly earlier. Made sure we had the extra health as we booped around. Because that's something I'm really bad for. Where it's like, if I'm not literally 1 hit away from dead... I'm fine. I'm fine. There's no way that this, like, pretty likely event is gonna happen and I'm gonna regret my life's choices. No, I don't think so. And then, voila, here we are. But that's okay. Going out in a random energy of glory. I like the optimism. That's what we need. Oh, vampires. It's been an interesting start to the day here. I mean, we don't have a super long time to continue today. I don't really want to go out on that note either, though. So I think we're gonna at least start another character that we'll just have to pick up on next week. And we'll see just if we can get a little bit, an inkling towards our dreams for the future. I think we'll switch off to Earth Elementalist. I'm kind of tempted to go Fire. Are we... Let's see. Let's list aptitudes. I know that there are just a couple of spell schools that we're negative in. Most of them are flat zeros. So this is Fire. Fire is one of the few minuses. Because otherwise Fire Elementalists are just such a fun early start for me. But you know what? It's been a while. Let's go Earth. And you know, I actually have to cancel out of that real quick because we want spaces in our name. We can't be highlighted on anything. There we go. And let's go with Edvard Van Helsing. Just one of the like cheap knockoff properties where we didn't want to get into any legal trouble, so we decided to really, you know, completely change the name of our character. And we'll see how that works for us. You can also come in here, of course. Oh, did I choose ice magic this time? Okay, so I lied. We're going ice magic, folks. Earth Elementalist. That just didn't sound as fun, you know? So I guess here we are again. Going out with more of a chill character at the end of the day, and I'm always happy with that. Shade my eyes real quick. Jeez Louise. I'm in a bright room with like stream lights in front of me. Notepad is still the most blinding thing I've seen in hours. Just got back. What did you miss? See him on D1 again? Must be slow going. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a slower crawl. I mean, again, we've just chatted for another full hour without actually moving our character. I did actually also get a name change. I didn't know they added that in one of the new editions of the game. It's a secret update. So that's how that happened. But yeah, so you didn't miss anything at all, which is nice. You know, quite lovely. Should not have drawn this much attention to myself. We die in front of Jazzy, and it doesn't work. So, I mean, no worries. Yep, as expected here. Perfect. No issues. It's good to finally start the run. You know, we've done a lot of chatting today. Ooh, D1 Null. You don't see that every day. At least doesn't have a polearm of any kind, even though I don't even think that is possible in this day and age. I think they realized that people would riot. And I'm not talking League of Legends. Yeah, let's give a nice Cole welcome. Cole welcome? That was a weird amalgamation of cold and cool. Apparently just went for neither in the end. As I were. Oh, let's retreat back this way though. Perfect. And no issues whatsoever. Oh, I should pick up one of those weapons. Jesus. It's a busy day today. The dungeon is a hip-hop happening. Gotta tell you, I didn't know that Zot's dungeon was the place to be in this season. Because apparently everyone else got that memo. Because they're showing up in spades. Specifically D1. It's all the rage with the youngins these days, apparently. Not too bad. Get level 3 again. I mean, finally get level 3. Perfect. I don't have very great dedication to the bit, unfortunately. It all falls apart in record time. Takes but the slightest hint at a doubt. And I no longer believe in myself whatsoever. But that short sword of venom is exactly what we're looking for as an early weapon. That it should be fantastic here. And hello, my writ friend. Goodbye. Not too shabby here. We'll again just try our very best to blast through the early days here. We will get Ozakubus again, and we will get Frozen Ramparts once more as well. As we do on all Ice Elementalists. I think it was in their starting textbook or something like that. Not too shabby here. We're just about ready to move on to D2. Hurrah! Let's do this, shall we? You and me, Edvard. You and me against the world. What do you have, friend? Short sword of speed. Okay. Can get behind that. Grab that as another little bit of backup in case we fight something poison immune. It could definitely come in handy. Hello, friends. Compatriots, countrymen. How are all of you today? Guess we're not really compatriots. Also, I don't know if we'd be countrymen. Do you think the Dungeons of Zot has established itself as a sovereign nation? It's kind of an interesting thought. I mean, they could get away with it because I don't think anyone wants to really contest them until today, until I came along. I'm here to right the wrongs of the past and all that good stuff, of course. My will be done. Do I like Orb of Guile? I haven't had enough opportunity to check it out. I really like the idea of it. I find that it's really fun to give some of that risk-reward offset, which is weird of me to say because I never use the harm ego. It like very much is antithetical to where I like to be in life. But Orb of Guile is just a little bit more flavorful, a little bit more fun, because it's not all damage is going to be worse for you. It's situationally, you might get kind of screwed over by the willpower difference, but it might also get you to that point of success. I think I always go back to, I think it was 9th. I think I watched 9th play on a character that had a lot of hexes, and it was really cool to see them go through Elf and kind of rely on trying to hex things before they got the hexes back at them. So it was a lot of fun for sure. And do we go with Faded Altar this time, or do we give Wujian another shot? I don't think we'll be using Wujian too much in the early game, and I might just need a little bit of a boost, some oomph. Also, I kind of forgot that we had Wujian. We could have just gone 3 steps away. Gosh darn it. If you're faced with a large abomination that's about to murder you, don't do what I do, folks. Instead, just walk away. Just walk away. Live to fight another day. Let's go with the Faded. Sure. It's gonna be good this time. 1 Gozag, please. Like I said, I've never abandoned a god before, but there's ever a time. I mean, Berserk could get us through the starting part of the game. I just got excited because we had Polar Vortex here, and I thought maybe, just maybe, this would be the character that finally got to use it. But that's cool too. Yeah, give me this real quick. Slap that bad boy on. We're just gonna use Trog to get through the early game, no problem. Oh, thank you for not just continuing to train Ice Magic game. I appreciate that. Would have been embarrassing to find out down the road. So let's get some fighting. And do I want to bother with short blades, or do we call like unarmed combat? It's a little early days for unarmed, but it gets really strong later. Is this the character where we do abandon the god for the first time? Because we could just use Trog for a little bit and then see what happens down the road. I guess I don't even have to make that decision today, because we're definitely not going to be able to finish this character, and in fact, there's not a heck of a lot longer on our stream this evening. Let's leave it at that for the time being here. And we'll see how we're feeling as it progresses. That's the first time Faded Altar has actually screwed me. So, highly deserved. It's about time. Also, okay, let's not immediately die. Please and thank you. I probably shouldn't even be running, but I was gonna try and just pop around a corner so we got the one-on-one fight. Scarf of Repulsion? Sure. Why not? That sounds lovely. Ooh, nice shade of black, little green highlight on it. It's a beautiful scarf. Absolutely fantastic. Ring of Dex actually kind of does something for us now at the very least. Not a heck of a lot, but something. A little bit of extra defensive capability. And jeez Louise. Onwards we go. Wait, what were you? Troll with it. Oh yeah. I remember you, friend. You know what? Let's just go full berserk strats. Finish you off before you get the chance. We do gain very nice experience off of that. In fact, fighting is going to hit this cap before I know it here. Then we're going to have to, once again, make some decisions with life. Some of you could do some light shouting and make sure that... Oh, I was hoping Robin wouldn't see us, but just a bunch of you could be taken care of. Yeah, do you know what? This works. Jessica, come here. Come get some one and all. Perfect. Little bit of rage goes a long way in the early part of the game here. Oh, what a day it has been as well. Definitely had some less than ideal decisions going on today. Maybe wasn't in the best headspace, but I did have a heck of a time on all those runs, so I hope they were enjoyable to watch as well. That's always what I have to wish for, because me, I'm pretty easy to please. I find that pretty much every round of DCSS I'm having a good time, no matter what happens. Even if it's a frustrating end to it, there's still something about it that just makes me chuckle. And again, maybe it's some slight level of masochism, except I'm such a coward in real life that I feel like that almost can't be the case. Oh geez, that's a bad blink, but that's what else is Berserk for if not to completely ignore your problems in a fit of rage. Do you love to see it? In fact, no real harm in just blasting through use of the guns either. And one more time. Yeah, let's do it. Sorry, yes game, I will calm down first. Thank you. Sorry. Might as well read books while we're going here. Just in case. You never know when that might happen. In fact, are books in here somewhere? I feel like books aren't here. Please. I need some light reading. Just because you're angry doesn't mean you can't enjoy a good storybook every once in a while here. Ooh, twisted chainmail. +1 chainmail of bad feelings? I mean, you're not wrong, game. It does give willpower +3. So that's something. Minus Telly is very bad though. Awful. Again, might be worth it in just the early game here, if not for the lack of general AC that it's giving. If it was just a little bit stronger, I could definitely see myself making do for the time being. As is, probably going to leave it alone. Good to carry around for a gauntlet. If we really need the willpower, I guess. At the very least, we have the inventory spots at the moment, so don't get me wrong. I'm gonna keep that in the back pocket for a rainy day. Spring Shortblade's just up to 8, not even to full min delay, just somewhere. Evocations. Actually, can I even use? Yeah, we have Ice Blast. Is it worth it to train Evo this early? Not so much, but kind of floundering, if that's not abundantly evident. Oh, jeez. Just you alone almost killed us? Whatever they're paying that Orc Priest, they should definitely double it. Holy moly. +10 dagger with Vamp and Dex +5? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna take that. In fact, what was that even called? Ali Brew. Okay. Well, thank you. Whomever or whatever Ali Brew is, I appreciate it. I need everything I can get. Vampiric Brand, not exactly ideal on a dagger, but it's something. We could even go Bloodless and double down on that. Of course, we get OTR on this character. DCSS. How dare you? Again, though, it'd be fun to try out this whole abandonment thing I've heard so much about. Can't berserk bloodless, you're right about that, but we'd be doubling down on our vampiric draining abilities instead. The thing, berserk is super nice in the early game for like, I need an instant win button on this encounter specifically, otherwise I will die. Late game, berserk is kind of likely to kill you a lot of the times. Like, you still use it in those emergency situations, or rather in like very nice controlled environments where you know you'll finish this fight successfully and you should have time to recover before more monsters show up. But in general, it definitely falls off a little bit. So it wouldn't be the end of the world for sure. We'll just keep going berserk. I mean, there was, again, a time back in the day where you had to be worried about starving your character with needless berserking. Those days are long past, so instead, we're only risking our very lives and livelihood. And that's not a huge deal, right? Right? We'll be fine. We'll bounce back better than ever. Throwing net is brutal. Jeez Louise. What kind of spear do you have, friend? Anti-magic? Well, that doesn't matter too much to us. Can just keep running back a wee bit. We'll take some free hits because I was down about my navigation, but that's not the end of the world here. And then just one of these. One of these. And let's dance, you and I. Perfect. Trog's Wrath is somewhat brutal. Not worth abandoning Trog for a 3-run game. Maybe if I go extended. Do some god swapping shenanigans. Again, sometimes I'm just honestly impressed at my ability to turn standard phrases and sentences into severely debilitating tongue twisters. Just for me, of course. It doesn't work for anyone else. It's just my own brain's inability to communicate the basic sentiments of thought. Thought to speech translation, I guess. But yeah, no, we could end up just sticking with Trog. In fact, it is likely. I was excited because we got lots of good spells. OTR, Polar Vortex. Could have been great. We could have been somebody, you know? But it's a nice change of pace. It's been a while since we played as a Berserker, so it could be fun. I don't think I can separate these two. If I give it a shot? No. So let's actually just leave them alone for now. We'll head up this way. Pair of boots. Don't mind if I do. Then you can change state of our minds, man. That's the plan. Oh, economical temple. The strings you pull in my heart. The roller coaster emotion I get from seeing you. It is what it is, of course. And that's the thing, I'm complaining, but as we can see, being a Berserker is super awesome in the early game. In fact, I've put 1 level up into intelligence, so that's a bit of a shame. But otherwise, oh my gosh, was there a convention? All the uniques are just chilling today, apparently. Hello, friends. This is not ideal. Slowed, unable to berserk. This is what I get for using berserk haphazardly in every single encounter that we came across. But you know, I expect it to happen to other people, not me. I'm built different and special. Okay, come on, Orc, save my life. The Orc might have actually saved my life by just blocking off roads to our enemies. Perfect. Jeez, I have lots of good short swords this round as well. Do I go in with just dagger? Yeah. You always check temple in case it has Ignis Altar because of Polytheist. Nice. I guess that's pretty much worth abandoning anyone if you're really desperate for trying to get some of those deities that you just never quite were able to get across. But let's berserk, kill Prince Ribbit real quick. And you want some of this, Joseph? You want so bad? Come get some. How about that? Perfect. Ringmail of cold resistance. Probably leave that alone for now. And let's just get back on the road, shall we? Should I berserk against a single Weavern? I guess there's almost no reason not to. As long as we don't expect a bunch of fun friends to come around the next corner, but there's always a time and place, I guess. Okie dokie, so what do we want to do here? We could train a little bit of armor, start on defenses in general, potentially dodging instead or something. So I just need to do something with my life. Short blades, I guess we're not quite at min delay, so maybe we do actually want to put that on. Min delay for a dagger is just like 10 or something real easy. So that's at least kind of nice. The short blades or the short swords might be like a 12, something more along that line. Fighting can come on as well. Fortunately, we don't need to train. There we go. Any invocations with Trog. So that makes our life a little bit easier. We will end up training some throwing if we do keep with this this Trog strategy until the end of days, which it's looking like we might. It's going to be an interesting one, to say the least. Hopefully we just get some like plus 12 crystal plate armor or something like that. That would solve a lot of problems, to say the least. Not going for extended? I don't believe so on this character. We'll have time for plenty of extended runs if we can just get through the last, 8 species that we have left in the advanced column. We're getting so close to the end of this that I think now wouldn't be the time for me to start pulling extra runs. I mean, if I ever was going to, I'm trying to think. I played a character recently that should have gone extended. Oh, probably Ogre is what I'm thinking of. Because yeah, Ideal World, that would have been the character to continue on with. But vampires, not so much. The end, exactly. Just the end of that initial series. But what will be fun about that is, yeah, we'll probably open it up for more just like fun viewer suggestions, challenge runs, or more extended runs could also be on the agenda. Lots of fun stuff once we get through this initial series. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's going to feel weird because I have really been enjoying this attempt for unofficial great player. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, I shouldn't bloviate too much about this because there are good odds that I'm a ways off yet. Still a ways, especially as Ninth points out, still have Mummy and Cat to go. So that's, yeah, its own can of worms for sure. Except, hey, maybe we can just get Cat first try again. It worked for us in a 15 rune run. How hard could a 3 rune run be, right? Oh, I'm gonna regret those words for sure, but at least not for a while yet, because vampires still got a ways to go. That's the sweet, sweet upside. Torment immunity is good for extended, they say. It is. The rough thing about vampires, well, I guess all the just actually innately undead species in the game, is that late game, you also run into a lot of dispel undead. And so that's where things get tricky. Don't worry, don't get me wrong. You are in such a nice spot when it comes to the tormentors, because that is the much more frequent problem. But when you run into those dispel undead issues, things get real nasty real fast. And you wished, or you just pray that you could have had it as more of a toggleable thing with something like Necromutation. That's, yeah, I was blanking on the spell name for a second there, but we got it. So we're finding a lot of early Tengu conjurers. Don't know what that's all about here. Not too bad. Let's go back to train some evocations, and might as well get some of these defensive skills online, at least to a certain extent. They're fighting up against a pretty nasty aptitude, armor specifically there, so getting that out of the way nice and early on here might be nice. We have lots of experience to spread around, so it is what it is. Have I done Naga already? I have not, so I'm very much looking forward to that. I really enjoy them, and they're really strong. There are a bunch of species here in the final home stretch that I'm so looking forward to. It's going to be a wondrous time. Yeah, let's just nope all of this real quick. You'd be so kind. Perfect. Okay, I guess we have to explore a little bit. Oh geez, please stop this. Perfect. Let's one of these, one of those, one of, you know what? Yeah, that's fine. One of those and one of those. Perfect. Would Naga be good for extended with the extra HP and AC? A little bit less so. Like, they're still pretty good for extended just because their stat lines are really nice. And especially, like, I really enjoy playing Naga of Tabor Ados where you have really good stats. The slow is definitely going to get you in trouble at some points or another, I would assume. And the bigger issue with that is that AC definitely falls off. Same with health total once you get into Torment. So I guess if you have, like, Necromutation and you have good consciousness or conscientiousness, I guess, of your situation and when to and when not to use that. I mean, any character is good enough. I got through 15 runes with a cat, for gosh sake, but I'm curious for Naga. I've only really done short runs with them in the past. Feels like they could be alright, but a lot of their main advantages unfortunately fall off a wee bit, to say the least. But the nice thing is that once you get to a certain stage of the game, it really doesn't matter. Like, any and all characters, after a certain point, get strong enough to where you can really control the battles that you come across, and you'll be a-okay in the long run. Definitely pick that up, and we have to say hello to our Ely boys. Hey? Oh, maybe not quite. Go downstairs. Lovely. Don't love this. Oh, definitely go to the next level. Yep. How to finish this off as soon as possible. Do not walk into the travel excluded area. Do not pass go. Do not collect. And you know what? Get kind of wrecked. And that's about as far as I go, and then we head back upstairs, pop ourselves out of the exclusion. Perfect timing. Stair dancing makes Berserk real interesting for sure. You can do some really fun things. Making sure that you're not getting yourself into too much trouble until I do get myself into too much trouble. Maybe I shouldn't say things out loud, you know? Sometimes you're just better off letting the game speak for itself. Enchant weapon. How about that? I guess short sword of electrocution. Gotta run. Catch you next time. Good luck with the rest of the run tonight. Thanks, Jawsy. Yeah, we don't have much longer. You're leaving at pretty much the same time as me, I think, in the next 10 minutes or so. But no, definitely have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming by and joking around with me, putting up with my my repeated joke that for whatever reason I never get sick of, even though it's again been run into the ground, like it's beneath ocean level at this point. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Confusion darts are good against eels if I had them, or flame wand. Yeah, I was hoping that we'd have flame wand. Confusion darts could do the trick if we live that long. So what do I want to do? Do I want to keep just blind reading things? I could blind chug, but we have lots of 4s. Of course, we get degeneration as well. This is going to be heal wounds. No, it's attraction, which means even if we get a blink now, we're not out of this. One more time. Potion of resistance. And nothing hit us. Okay. That's something. I need heal wounds. That's about right. And I mean, it's fitting. Definitely fitting. Got a little bit too into the hubris. They do always say that the one thing that can stop a rampaging berserker early on is hubris. And for whatever reason, my brain just sees right through that, ignores it, and hears, ooh, berserk, cool. get angry. Dagger goes brr. But hey, not the end of the world here, and it might be fitting, because we did say we didn't want to leave on a bad note, but maybe it's not so bad of a note, but it's instead a slight inspiration for what's to come in the future. Just what not to do next week, as well as, I mean, we can only go up from here. And that's not true. DCSS, do not take that to heart. I don't mean that literally. Don't throw me every out of depth mob you ain't ever did see and kill me on dungeon 1 or anything like that. But realistically, probably can't really go anywhere but up from here, so that's going to be fantastic. Vietnam Depot flashbacks? Oh gosh, yes. Oh jeez Louise. I'll never forget poor Drizzt. Drizzt never had a chance. Died to the very first enemy that they came across. So unfortunately, we're not quite to that point yet, but who's to say what's going to happen next week, because we're going to try and do our best, hopefully get through in one piece. But hey, the dungeon giveth and the dungeon taketh away. So sometimes it's just the lay of the land, and we have to see how we do. Also have to see what kind of mind state I'm in next week, because it's going to be an interesting week for me. It's super busy, but we're definitely still going to have time to pop on real quick on Wednesday, play a bit more Tunic. Been really enjoying that game, having a lot of fun. The bosses are just so sweet. The perfect level of difficulty where, again, I kind of bashed my head against the wall a couple times. Die here, die there, but you learn a little something, and I feel like the same is true with DCSS. A little bit less learning going on when I'm just doing stupid things that I already know not to do, but still something to take away for sure, and hopefully something that you can take away even when we're kind of struggling in the middling stages here, even if that is just what not to do and, you know, what to stay away from. But regardless, I'm very excited to jump back into Vampire next week, see if we can't do a little bit better and get a good run going. Turns out that our potion of heal wounds was just a single stack, so there was no shot. Could have turned ourselves into a tree, and that might have done well enough, giving us a much better AC at the very least. But that is a-okay. And with that, we will leave off for the night. Say goodbye to the Van Helsing family, but don't you worry, the family line will continue. I guess I'm kind of just reiterating the same points over and over again. I think I've expressed before, I'm terrible at saying goodbye, so oftentimes this is the kind of thing that I get into where I just start cycling through the same ideas. So, in order to prevent that, let's take a quick look, see who else is live at the moment, and who we can send a raid off to. Quick check, don't trust my dashboard anymore, been burned by that before. And let's go with Pirate Cult Face Day. We'll keep it in the DCSS community. I know. Oh, geez. Definitely mute my laptop. Whoops. Front page of Twitch playing for a moment there. That's fine. But yeah, we'll definitely send you up to Pirate Cult Face. Keep watching some good old DCSS fun here. Definitely stick around if you haven't watched their stuff before. You're a bit less likely, or I should say much less likely, to see them throw away a character for no reason whatsoever, so that might be a bonus. But hey, maybe a downside as well. It's exciting here. At least that's how I feel about it. Halt, catch fire. I'm glad you had a good time. I definitely had an amazing time as well. I hope all of you did. Thank you so much for the support and joining us, watching along, whether that be, you know, chatting on Twitch here if you're lurking in the background, or if you're watching this down the road, either through YouTube or the VODs. Thank you so much for joining us on the journey. I really hope you're having as much of a good time as I am, because, oh boy, are we in for more of the same next week. No, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully a little bit more productive, if possible. We'll have to see how it goes. But regardless of all of that, I of course hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you, and I definitely hope to see you soon. I'll see you.